Hey, it's Sunday again. Forget about your worries and be ready for Drumsticks Sunday. Oh my God! We have sun finally. It's you can't imagine the kind of summer we're having here in Santander, the north part of Spain. A lot of rain. It's super cold and blah blah blah. So it's finally 2 or 3 days of sun with kind of a hot day. So everybody's going to the beach and to the swimming pool or whatever, to the streets. So it's awesome. Welcome again, Alberto Iglesias, Drumsticks Sunday channel, a different pair of drumsticks every week. Before going to before talking about the drumsticks, I want to say hi and wish the best to all the guys and girls that are now in 21 Drums in Ireland. I was there, as you know, many of you know, I was there past summer, and it's amazing experience, amazing camp, and I hope you're having as much fun as we have. So enjoy and have fun, which is the most important thing. Okay, let's talk about drumsticks. This week I've been using this. It's kind of the start of a series of videos I'm gonna do, not all one after each other, but just it's kind of related to the some of you have told me that have problems with the grip of the drumstick. So many companies has this kind of option when they add some kind of layer of here, some I don't know the material, but anyway, this layer that increase the grip of the drumstick. So it's kind of you get the grip is improved. So I'm gonna try. I want to try different options of different companies and explain or say what I feel about that. Full disclosure here, I don't have that kind of problem. Okay, I know many of you have problems with this because you have sweet hands. So it's not my case. So please pay attention to that. So when I talk about this, is from the point of view of a guy that doesn't have that problem. But at least I think I can feel the difference between the regular drumstick, wood drumstick, with compared with this one. Okay, so let's talk about that. First of all, the sizes is just 16 inches. You know what it means. 56 inches, the grip, okay, diameter. Kind of medium short taper, oval tip, kind of big compared with the drumstick. It's hickory. It's a 5A, as you all know at this point because of the measure of the sizes. And before talking anything else, let's see a picture of the drumsticks. Okay, have a look. Okay, what do you think? Well, it's kind of different, right, to the standard booth drumstick. Okay, well, about the sizes, it's a standard 5A more or less. We have the 16 inches, which is kind of here is a Vincent. As you can see, it's the same length. Okay. The grip is. I'm not sure about something. Is that when they say in the Zildjian webpage? Sorry, I haven't said that. This is the Zildjian 5A deep. This deep word is kind of all the models that have this layer here. They are called deep. Okay, so it's hickory as I said. Okay, it's 16 inches. The diameter or the thickness, it's 0.56, sorry, compared with Big Fit, for example, is 0.565, I think, 565. So it's kind of a little bit less, but I'm guessing here that when they say 56, they are talking about this part, the boot part. Okay, this layer add a little bit of thickness. It's not too much, okay, it's not too dense, but in this area I think they are more closer to the standard Big Fit or Vincent or whatever. Vincent is a little bit less, I think it's 563, but I think it's more or less the same. The feel is just as a 5A, okay? Okay, big tip, as you know, oval tip, more surface here, more full tone, more, you know, more volume even, and that's the thing, okay? Okay, I'm going to talk about the drumstick. The first thing is the weight, okay? I was sure when I saw this drumstick, the first thing I realized that it's gonna be heavy, and in fact it is, because obviously they add this layer here that adds weight. Compared with the regular, okay, I don't have a precision way to measure this, but I've been comparing this with, I've taken the 5A and 5B from Vincent. Okay, this is kind of in the middle. It's exactly in the middle, more or less. Compared with these two, okay, if you take Big Fit, it will be a little difference and something else, but kind of in the middle, okay? So that's what this layer adds, more weight. Okay? If you don't like heavy drumstick, maybe it's something that's it's not gonna like you, because you can feel that way, okay? You can feel that you take when you take the drumstick, you can feel that it's heavier than a regular drumstick or wood drumstick. Okay, but the worst thing for me about this drumstick is let's say the balance of the drumstick. Okay, for me it's terrible. It doesn't fit with the way I play. The rebound, I don't like the rebound, the way it rebounds. It's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's bad, because maybe the way you play fits better, I don't know. But for me, it's super different to a standard 5/8. It's the thing that, okay, if I decide to change to something like this, for me, that I don't have that problem. I think it doesn't fit. I mean, the increase you get from the grip, it doesn't compensate the loss of balance. I mean, so I really don't like the way it feels, how it rebounds, how it responds. I don't like that. To be honest, I have to be honest. I don't have nothing against Zildjian, nothing against all this, as you know, but I want to be honest as always, and it doesn't fit for me. Especially when I'm playing rolls, I feel so much slower with this. I have to add this another thing, that is the tip. Okay, this drumstick has big tip, oval tip, so you know that doesn't work for the rebound neither. So maybe it's the combination of that. I'm not sure. Not too. I mean, the taper, it's kind of medium or even short, I would say. And so, as you know, all that is working against that. But for me, after analyzing a little bit the drumstick and trying to find a reason for that, for me the problem is that the layer, it's half of the drumstick. So you have more weight for half of the drumstick, but you are not taking the drumstick here, you are taking it here. So you have a part here with more weight, then suddenly change to less weight, then it's different weight than here. So it's kind of the weight in all over the drumstick, it's kind of changing. So I think for me that's the reason. I'm not sure. In fact, that's why I think it's a great idea to try different companies, because even all that companies have that solution, or maybe not all, but most of them have that solution. I really want to know if the problem is just with this version or it's just because of the grip, okay? because in that case you have to choose. Okay, what I prefer to have that extra grip, or I prefer a better balanced drumstick, and that could be a problem in your case. So when I start, the moment I start trying different options, I can maybe have a better idea. At this point, I don't like this. I don't like this option, and I'm pretty sure it's because of the grip. Because I've tried other oval tip drumstick, and it was really good. In fact, the Tama one, which was an oak version of a standard, of wood drumstick, it's kind of the same like this, and I really love that drumstick. Even being heavier, it works better. In that case, I can feel with an exercise that I always do at the beginning of my practice, which is a roll. Keeping rolling with 16s or whatever. With this one, I wasn't capable to reach the same speed with a standard boot tip. So I really want to know if this is a problem of adding this kind of weight in this way. Okay, just reaching more or less the half of the middle of the drumstick. Okay, it's all I want to say about it. Other things, okay, about the tone you get, it's really great for an oval tip, as you know, full tone in the when you play right, it's you get a lot of overtones. It opens really great, and that's like all other oval tip. And because of the drumstick, it's kind of heavy for a 5A. You get more volume. That's kind of nice. Another thing I try or test is for those of you that needs to use the ring clip, and you like to play with the bottom of the drumstick. I thought, maybe I'm gonna notice a lot of difference in the sound or the tone. To be honest, I didn't notice anything. Okay, it kind of sounds like wood. Maybe a slight different if you are really paying attention to that, but not too much, to be honest. In my case, I didn't realize that that's a problem. Maybe it's more problem that you have more weight here. If you need to play faster, adding more weight here, it's not good for that. So, but about the sound, no difference. Okay, and okay, about the grip. First of all, it does its work. Okay, it works. You can feel that the drumstick it's kind of more. You can relax more your hands, because you can feel it's more easy to hold, and but at the same time, in my case, I don't like the feel of this material. It's kind of the same like with the Keith Carlock model from Big Fish, which has a pretty dense lacquer. Happens kind of the same thing for me. Especially when I'm sweating, which is the best. Maybe one of them the best situations for this. I don't like the feel of this. I don't know. It kind of feels. I don't like it. It's not the only description I can give you. It feels more artificial. Maybe I prefer the wood in that case. But of course, if you have grip problems, as I was telling, maybe sometimes I don't like the feel, but it also it's worth if I lose my drumstick every time I'm gonna hit a cymbal, for example. So that's the thing. To sum up everything, for me, the only reason to go with this kind of solution at this point, with only testing this model, is if you have grip problems. Okay, if you don't have that problem, I don't see any benefit on this. On the other side, I think it gives you some problems. Okay, in my case at least. Okay, maybe. All that problems that I've been noticing, if you are kind of a heavy hitter, or your styles, you need power, you don't need so much speed. You kind of going really into the drums, into the cymbals. maybe that's the situation, or maybe hard starts when you sweat a lot. In that case, maybe it's not so important that problem with the balance, and because you're going for it, man. So maybe in that case it's not so important. For a regular player like me, with not so much experience to be honest, and I don't see the point of this if you don't have that problem. If you have that problem, at least give it a try, because as I was saying, you notice immediately that the grip is better, okay? So I'm curious, really curious about what's gonna happen when I try other versions, other companies, or with this kind of layer here. So let's see what happens, and I'll let you know if this is just a problem with these drumsticks or a problem in general with this. I can say anything else at this moment, so you have to wait until the next video, not the next one, maybe in a while, but if you have this problem, I will give it a try. This model or other versions of other companies, whatever, but maybe sometimes, even in the case that this is a problem with this, to be honest, if I will have that problem with the grip, I maybe sacrifice the other things with that, because you can allow that. You can allow that kind of problem, I think, as a drummer. Okay, it's all I have to say about it. Sorry that I don't have good news, but it's I always try to be honest with what I feel when I try these drumsticks. The next week I'm going that kind of blind test that I've been doing once in a while, and this time I just select this pair, which is a Pro Mark. It's the Simon Phillips signature model. I'm pretty sure most of you knows who is this guy, but I'll talk about that a little bit next week also. And well, it's kind of a peculiar, strange combination of a really round tip, and but it's all I'm gonna say for the moment. I'm going to try this week, and I'll let you know next week what happens, okay? Okay, please have fun, go to the beach if you have a chance, or enjoy your summer. From 21 Drums, please have so much fun as we had, and see you next Sunday, okay? Goodbye!